for the young. Tarantulas creeping through the stream. Now the pulse matches the dream. Spiders crawl.
Hello, everyone. Welcome
Hello.
to episode 7. I think 7. Anyways, well,
7? I'm
is it?
seventh on your list?
Oh, Frank, you had to be the first one. What happened?
Hey,
No,
I'm
it's
just
all good.
honored to be here.
Yes, everyone, please welcome Frank Chavez from Frank's Buggin 661. Yay! Real quick, let's give a special thanks to our sponsors and our supporters who support Untamed and Unhinged Reptiles and Web Wonders. We have Cold Blooded Cafe and our I'll do that at 9:30. Yes, okay, right now. Fang Index app. New sponsor, thank you so much. We really appreciate it for sponsoring our new podcast and the new family in the community and the reptile community and the arachnid community. So thank you so much. So we also have Epic Reptiles, Reptile Life, Ball Pythons, Vexus Team, Juices Arthropods, Caveman Reptiles, US Arc, Outshit Fitters, Markham Reptiles, and Taos Peculiar Exotics. So thank you everyone for supporting us and Frank. And let's get this show on the road.
Wow, pretty cool.
Yeah, right? So Frank, you
Yes.
you are awesome where you are, based out in Cali. And a lot of people go to the shows, to the expos, and I've seen on YouTube where they just go to you. And it's very endearing. So I love how there's a lot of people that go to you. And the reason why is because they love you and they trust you. So that makes me happy.
It is kind of overwhelming. Before I got into the tarantula game, I was on a TV show. I won't name the TV show, but it has to do with bosses. And so I got recognized a lot for that. But
Mhm.
now that I'm doing this tarantula thing, it's kind of funny, but it is, I do, take it to heart. I get a lot of people that go, man, they fan out, they wig out. They're like, oh my God, what do they call it? Fangirling. I'm fangirling. I got to get a picture with you. And it's funny. And it
So
does make me feel good. It does make me feel good. I'm like, wow, I must be doing something right.
you are doing something right. You're being recognized all across the country. And it's like, it's mind blowing because they know you for being not the greatest breeder, but like you're a great breeder, like one of the greatest. So,
I wouldn't say that. I do okay. I can name some amazing breeders out there. As a
yeah,
matter of fact, I was just talking to one on the phone.
no, nice. Yeah. Yeah. You're, you're up there, like on my list, and not just my list, but others as well. And I always recommend you and others as well. So it's good to know that, people out there that you're on that list. You're on their list. So
I think
with
it's I'm sorry. I think it's communication, I
yeah.
I try to be because when I first got in the game, and I'm sure you didn't you get ghosted? You would put in an order and it'd be 2-3 weeks and you're like, what's going on? And we'd be panicking because we're new. We didn't know the way it worked. And we'd be writing, hey, what's up with my order? And I hated that. So
Mm-hmm.
when people order from me, the first thing I do is shoot them a text. They got my personal phone number and it puts them at ease.
It does. And that's like the number one thing is not just letting your tarantulas get arrive safely, but also that communication of customer to what is it? Vendor, or what's that word? Like the person you're buying from. Like that
Oh,
communication.
from wholesaler
Right.
to me to
Yeah.
the customer, yeah.
Yes. So that's like the most important. Like, customer service. So that's like top tier.
Yeah.
So when was your last show that you did?
We did Repticon in Orange County.
Orange County, that's right.
Orange County, yes. It was kind of slow. The first day was a lot of vendors were complaining. I don't know why. It always ends up working out in the end. So it doesn't make sense to complain that Saturday, but there was people that didn't come back. And when you do these shows, you're committed. It tells you 2 days. You got to be here for 2 days. And it was just blowing my mind how people were like, I'm not coming back. But Sunday came around and we did amazing.
Yeah. You know what's crazy though? A lot of people don't realize behind the scenes. Like this is what the show is about, is behind the scenes about a lot of things. So
Oh,
a lot of people don't know that when you go to an expo, they're just there to buy the whatever they're there to buy. But they don't really know all the blood, sweat, and tears that go behind the scenes of the vendor who's actually at the table setting up the day before or even earlier. And not only that, but you got to set up every individual species, make
yeah.
sure everything is accounted for. So how do you mentally prepare for that?
I'm going to be honest. It's my wife. My wife, I mean, if it wasn't for her, I couldn't get anything done. She's the one that organizes everything. Yes, I'm the wallet, I pay because we got to pay for tables, we got to pay for hotels, we got to pay, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, food and all that. If it wasn't for her, I couldn't get none of this done. We go there, she organizes everything. She says, this, we're going to put this, we're going to put this, because we have two companies. We have primalfeartarantulas.com, which is our enclosure company, and then we have Frank's Buggin, which is our original website.
Mhm.
So she's the one that does everything. I'm just like there, being the muscle. I help her carry the boxes and do all that. But Frank's Buggin would not be here if it wasn't for my wife.
Big shout out to your wife. Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one that got the company started. She's the one that said, I want a tarantula. And I was like, what? Like, what do you mean you want a tarantula? Because I've always wanted tarantulas. My parents would never let me have one. My uncle was always trying to get me to buy one just to upset my mom and dad.
Mm.
And when she said that, I'm like, let's do it. So I bought her one and I'm like, it's not fair. I need to get myself one. And I was instantly addicted. I'm not kidding. Instantly.
Mhm. It is. It really is an addiction. And when people say that it's an addiction, and they go crazy, like, how can that be an addiction? Buy yourself one, get yourself a tarantula, and then we'll talk. Okay.
Buy yourself some Pringles. You're going to eat that first Pringle. You're going to want them all, especially all the
Exactly.
flavors.
Once you dip your toes in and your little, that's it. Once you dip your phalanges in that, forget it. Yep.
It's the legends. That's funny.
Yeah. But so tell us a little bit more about yourself for the people that are watching that don't know you.
Um, well, like I said, in 2019, the beginning of the year, wifey said, I want a spider. I want a spider. And we just Googled
Mm-hmm.
like where to get tarantulas from. And there was an expo in Victorville, California. Went out there and I bought my first spider from Spider Room, who is Matthew, great guy. And we were instantly addicted. Brought it home, fed it, and were blown away by the feeding response. We were
Mm-hmm.
just like, we still have the video of our first feeding. Like we were like, oh, you could just hear us. Ooh, ah. Um,
Yeah.
Following week, I was chauffeuring. I've been a chauffeur pretty much my whole life. I drove, you name them, celebrities, rappers, I've driven them. So I told my wife, well, for a while there, I was just spending all my money buying teas every week. Every week, I was just buying teas, buying teas, buying teas. And then it got to a point she was getting scared, like we're gonna go broke, and I got kind of scared. I was addicted, guys. I'm not kidding. I was addicted.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, we made a deal. Okay, whatever cash tips I got from people, I could spend on spiders, and my checks I would save for our mortgage and everything else. So, and it just took off. We ended up picking up somebody's collection. She had a baby. She was afraid her spiders were gonna
Mm.
get out and bite her newborn. And she put it on Facebook. It had been like 8 hours since she posted it. Somebody come pick up my whole collection. I want no money for it. And I'd seen it and I messaged her. I'm like, hey, I'm in the next city over. I could take your spiders. I will give you some. I don't want no money. Just come and get them. Call my wife. I said, and she had just got done from work. She was tired. I'm like, babe, somebody's giving away their collection. Please go get them. She's like, all right, if you want me to, I'll go get them. So she ended up picking up a bunch of subadults and adults. So when I brought them home, I'm like, wow, these are actually breeding size. And I had only had slings. So I had a violaceus female who was ready to breed, and I got a male. I ended up picking it up from oh, I can't remember, and I bred and I produced. I couldn't believe it. It was so easy. I was like, oh my god, I can actually do this. So it just took off, and we started doing the TikTok thing,
Mm-hmm.
and had all these babies, and we would just give them away. Like, it was just fun for me. I wanted everybody to learn about spiders and realize that they're not that bad. They're not evil creatures.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just give them out. Hey, if you want a spider, we'll do a wheel. You win, you pay shipping.
Yep.
We did that, and it just kept taking off, and then and that's how I started getting real popular on TikTok. But then I got cancer 3 years ago, and it was a scary time. Like, I was home, I wasn't working, so I had more time to live stream. So I would live stream, and people were begging me, "Why are you giving away spiders? You should have a website." And I know nothing about that. I'm not an IT person. And they kept asking me, "Get a website. Get it. If you only had a website, I'd buy from you." So for after about a year of people bugging me, I finally somebody reached out and said, "I could help you. I could do it for you." So she created Frank's Buggin 661. I wanted Frank's Buggin. I hate the 661, but it wasn't available. So I was
Mm.
like, well, add the 661. That's my zip code. Maybe that'll work. And it ended up working out, and it just took off. It just took off, and
Wow.
here we are today.
Yeah. So I want to tell a little story. Thank you for sharing about that personal experience of you with the cancer and your wife with the whole. I mean, that's how we all start, and we got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So thank you. I really appreciate that. But how I got to know you was one of the coolest because I had lost one of my first tarantulas a few years ago, and then it took a few little more years after to get back into tarantulas because I was like, oh, my brother was like, oh, don't give up, just keep looking out there. I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I didn't know about this. He was the one who was like, you know what? Let me just do this. The only thing my brother ever did for me. But so he found you somehow. I don't know, but he ordered from you the Arizona blonde, the Fauna Codes, and then the Bomba Horda. And I had no idea that he did this. He was like, oh, come with me to come pick something up at the FedEx hub. I'm like, oh, okay. So we get to the FedEx hub, and he was like, oh, there's a package for you inside. I'm like, oh, package from where? From what? What did you do? He's like, just go get it. Go get it. I'm like, okay. So I went, I got the package, and then I saw the names of the species, and I was like, no, you didn't. Where did you get this from? And then I opened it right in the car. I opened it right in the car. I have the video on my Instagram. And then I had like everything, like your information and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, who's Frank? I got to say thank you, blah, blah, blah. And so then that's when I contacted you and da da da. But so I still message you and I still tell you how they're doing. They're doing great. They're huge. Um,
Weren't you? I'm sorry, but
yeah,
weren't you looking at it through your headlight? Weren't
yeah,
you in front of the car? I remember that video.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was dark, and I remember you guys were in front of the headlight talking. Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah, they were so tiny. And now the Bomba Horda, she's pushing 3 inches now.
Wow.
The Calcodes, she's still small, but she's 2 years. And 2 years, what's that word? What's that word? Oh my God. No eating. She was on a not strict. Oh my God. She restricted herself. What's that word? When they stop eating.
Primo.
Yes. Yes. For 2 years. Did not want to eat. And I was on her. I was so scared, but she finally molted like a few months ago and she's doing great.
Wow.
Um, and they're both females.
That's amazing, because the
Yeah.
Bumba Horda was a freebie.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, what?
That's great.
This is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, back then, anybody that ordered, I would give freebies, because it was just, it was a passion of mine. I started keeping tarantulas because I had high blood pressure, and they actually calmed me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to take meds. It was a really strange time of my life. So I would work with them and spend hours in here, and
Yeah.
my wife would I could tell she would get a little like, wow, this guy's always in his room. But hey, it's better than being out there on the streets. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. You
Right.
know.
Yeah, that's funny. My dad, he's always saying, "Oh, you're always in your room." Before, like years ago when I was a kid, "Oh, you're always in your room. You got to do something." And then I finally found like my passion to actually do something about it with it. And now he's like, "Oh, good. You're in your room. You're doing your thing." Like, okay, I'm happy to see that. Like, yeah, I'm doing my thing. I got, and I got people like you and other people in the community. So I'm really happy about that. So let's get down to the nitty gritty of the questions.
Uh oh. Uh
uh,
oh.
test time. Test time. All right, Frank. No. So my first question is, what is a good question to those who are going to a show? What's a good question for them to ask a breeder or a vendor?
What is a good question? Captive bred.
Yeah. Is
Number
it
one thing, captive bred. I try to push captive bred, but sometimes we can't get stuff. Like especially, from my wholesaler. Like sometimes we need wild caught to bring
Mhm.
in fresh blood. But if you can get captive bred, that I would stress that.
The
Number
better?
one.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, and what's funny? Or no, no, no. What's crazy is that a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot, but there are some that won't tell you either. They'll just say, "Here, it's this price here." Like, it would be nice if they would tell you, "Oh, this is, either wild caught," or, but I
Yeah.
understand like they would get like the backlash if they would say, "Oh, this is wild caught," and a lot of people don't really like that. So I understand.
I get backlash because the stuff I have, I put wild caught, but now they use field collected.
Mm,
There's no more wild caught. It's field collected.
yeah, yeah, that's a new word now. Oh, have you ever heard of this website, Arachnoboards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
used to
Oh,
read it when I first got in the hobby. That was my go-to.
everyone's go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
It's not
Um,
as active now. It's like all the Facebook groups and
yeah. So I wish I screenshotted it. So there was a really positive comment on Arachnoboards about you. I was like,
really.
yes. I was like,
Wow.
really? That's all. This was like a few months ago, but I
Wow.
wish maybe it's still there. I don't know, but I wish I screenshotted, but I didn't. But
That's
anyway,
pretty cool. Thank you.
yeah. Yes. So whoever that was, thank you guys for mentioning Frank.
And second thing about going to expos, shop. Don't go to the first spider bender. I hear this all the time. Walk around, check everyone's prices, then shop. You know what I mean? Don't just go to the first, oh, he's got what I want. Boom, because you might find it somewhere else cheaper.
That's true. That is so true.
Make
The
your
last
rounds. Make your
yeah,
rounds.
that's true. The last show I went to, we always have here at home, every summer. But so who was it that told me that? The molting pot. I went the first table. He was like, because I know him because I always go to his table. He's like, "What are you doing here? Go to the other tables." I'm like, "I know, but I like your collection." He's like, "Go to the other tables." But let me read the comments real quick because I promised on the last episode I said I will be good with the comments. So real quick, let me just see the comments. Wow, Frank, you're blowing up. Everyone's saying hi to you. That is
Really? I
so
can't
great.
see any comments. I'm
Um,
blind.
no, Dito. Okay, so
Roy! I see Roy. Let's go, Frank.
yes, everyone is saying hi.
I have to be like all up on the camera.
Yeah. I'm reading all the comments. Thank you everyone for the comments. You guys are awesome. I
I'm a
appreciate
Christmas ornament. Remember when you were a kid looking at the Christmas bulbs?
Yeah. Oh, 160 is there any reason should
Hello,
buy?
Laura.
Oh wow, that's a really good comment.
Jive. Oh my God, these are a lot of my followers on TikTok.
Yes. Wow, Frank. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. All
Yeah, I
right.
told everybody about the
Yeah, that's
podcast.
good. You have a really great support system. That's yes. Okay.
Danny, Puerto Rico. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Wait, Frank, you speak Spanish?
A little.
A
A little.
little.
I understand it more than I can speak it.
So, si yo te hablo, te entiende?
A little. I understood
A
what you said. You said I could understand a little bit. But if you want me to put the words together, forget it.
Oh my goodness. That's actually one of my questions. So when you're at the shows, have you ever had someone where like they don't speak that good English and they ask you about the tarantula in like Spanish or like
Oh yeah, I've had English, Chinese. Um, yeah, we try to find other vendors that speak it and help out. There, it's amazing. It's a really tight community. Well, the spider vendors are. I don't know about the snake vendors. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of haters out there. I get haters.
mm,
But yes, we all try to help each other. You know, there's one guy, Spider Room, when he's always alone, and my wife's really good to him. Hey, Matt, you need to take a break? Got to go to the restroom? I'll watch your table. Hey, Matt, you need some food? You know,
yeah,
we try to help each other out.
that's really good. And you don't really see that in other like for example, like a skateboarding convention thing.
Mhm.
No. We're like in this community, like we're tight.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's some goony heads, but we're tight, you know.
There's Taylor. Pew, pew, pew.
So how is your wheel business going?
My wheel business? That's not really a business. It's what I do is I try to get people more spiders. So a lot of people can't afford 50, 60, $100 spiders. So I'll get like a pack, get a
Hmm.
couple of Sazamize or whatever. Like this week, I got a big Sazamize sack, 925 babies. I was blown away. I was like, what am I going to
Oh,
do? So I turned into a wholesaler. So if anybody needs Sazamize, let me know. But anyways,
oh,
so what I'll do is I'll get a nice little pack and then we'll give them away. But I just tell people to donate so to pay for the shipping. So if you want your name on the wheel, you got to spend $5 to get your name on the wheel, and then that adds up, and I can actually pay for the shipping to ship them out.
right. That's such a great idea. I love that idea. So
Yeah,
everyone,
we've done it with Saladonias. We've done it with, curly hairs.
okay,
It's a good way for people to get their collection going.
Frank, I have to ask you
Yes.
because I owe my boss Chris a T Celadonia, and
Mhm.
I'm trying to tell him not to get one, and he loves that tarantula, and I'm trying not to tell him to get it because it's a very advanced species. But I did tell him I was gonna get him one. So my first tarantula that I'm gonna get him is from you. So you have
Okay.
to put me down
I
for a
have a
Sazuma.
sack right now. I have three females paired, and one of them has a sack.
All right. You heard that, Chris?
Chris, don't be afraid. There, everybody overthinks the
Yeah.
Saladonia. If you keep it like a versicolor, like I keep mine dry, I don't even spray the substrate. I spray the walls every 4 days, and just make sure it eats, and you'll
Mhm.
be fine.
Okay.
Everybody overthinks it and they suffocate them. They're spraying every day. Oh, I sprayed it every day. Why did it die on me, guys? Because you sprayed it every day. You suffocated it. And
Yep.
ventilation. Ventilation is key.
He, yep. He's commented. He said, "It's my dream spider." Yes, I know. I'm trying. I was looking everywhere, and now we finally found the best guy to get it from.
Yes, they'll be ready in a couple weeks.
Okay, so hit me up when it's ready. Um, I wanted to ask you. So this might be a kind of unorthodox method or an unorthodox idea. So when you're at a show, has anyone ever asked you, like when they buy a spider from you, have they ever asked you, "Oh, do you have its molt?"
I've been asked that a few times, but okay, so the stuff I have for sale, like, is in. I always keep the stuff I have for sale are in these enclosures. And
Mm-hmm.
if the spider molts, I leave it so they can sex it themselves. You know
Per
what I mean? So if it's a confirmed female, because I use a microscope. I don't know
right.
if you're familiar with
Mm-hmm.
coin microscopes. So that's how I sex my spiders. So if I mark it down as a female and it molts again, I leave that molt in there so the next person can confirm it.
Yeah. So that yeah. Because I went
But
to
it's rare. Rare. I think maybe twice people have asked me for a molt.
Yeah, I think, I mean, not everybody's gonna like the idea, but I think it's a really good idea. Like, in case someone asks, like, they really want like an adult and they don't really know what it is, and they really want like a certain specific gender from the tarantula, and they want, oh, okay,
Yes.
you have the molt. I think it's kind of a good idea for the adults. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, if you're lucky, because some of the adults, molt every 2, 3 years.
That's true. Oh, where is it? Oh, let me show you real quick. So my grandma stole a pulcra molted. This is his molt. Isn't it a beautiful molt?
Ooh.
So
Yeah,
he's a,
you should articulate that. Maybe put it in something, a shadow box. That's beautiful.
yes. I'm trying to get all his molts together. Um, this, I think he's pushing 5.5 right now.
What's up, Roy?
Yeah. So um, my next question.
Brittany?
Oh yeah.
People are saying hi. I'm saying hi back. Just ignore
Oh
me.
okay. No, you're fine. My next question is, what to prepare for, like, what are the essentials that you prepare when you go to a show?
Uh, Make sure we always have like a brush so we can, because a lot of times, so I put very little substrate in my containers so people can actually see the spider. I mean, you
Mhm.
don't want to have a fossorial in this deep a substrate and then have to destroy its burrow to take them out. So I put very little substrate. Make sure you have a brush so I
Mhm.
can move the spider out so they can see it. And it's also good because a lot, oh my God, Kat, people have bought spiders, and we tell them, my wife tells everybody, don't keep it in the sun, especially during summertime. And they'll go put it in their car, close the windows, lock it in there, and they cook. But I've shown them that it was alive before they left. And they
Yeah.
come back to me, oh, you sold me a bad spider. I'm like, and it's only happened twice, but still. So,
Mhm.
anyways, we always have a brush. I always make sure the spider's alive for the person that's purchasing it. We always have water bottles on hand, and of course, snacks for us.
Yeah,
We
of
need the
course.
snacks because we get so busy. I mean, I've gone 8 hours where I can't even use the restroom. My wife's like, "You haven't been to the bathroom." I'm like, "We're too busy."
Yeah, that's true. I saw you on a, was it, whose channel was it? I forgot whose channel it was. Hi. Um, but yeah, anyway, you were. I'll show it to you later. I saw it on YouTube. I have it saved on one of my, because I was gonna show it to you later. But you were on, and I was like, oh, that's Frank. Oh, that's so
It
cool.
was probably Richard Stewart, the collective. I've been on his channel,
Yes.
Tarantula Cat.
Yes. Yeah.
Tarantula Cat actually, I guess she does a lot of where you sponsor.
Uh-huh.
You can send her buy her spiders, and then she'll shout you out.
Mm,
But she just ordered from me and then said, "Man,
yeah.
thank you. I'm gonna give you a shout out." And I was so blessed, and I was
Yeah.
blown away by that. And then she used my packing. She bought it, she ordered again. She goes, "Oh my God, your packing's amazing. Do you mind if I use it on my reels?" I'm like, "Go ahead." And she shout me out there. I was like, wow. So I
Yeah.
guess I am doing something right.
Yes. She's great. I love her. Um. Um. Oh, so that was my other question. I was talking to a really good friend of mine the other day. And he made a really good point. He said, you know who's a good vendor when you see that they pack the tarantula in moss now, instead of the, yeah, instead of like it, it's kind of like a weird debate, because if you pack them, because he had bought some centipedes and other tarantulas and stuff like that, and they came in dirt and substrate, like that's,
What?
yeah, that's no,
Chipped in
no.
substrate?
Yes.
Oh my God, I've seen that. And they've showed up dead.
Yep. Yep.
But moss, yeah, I mean, I guess it's a great way to ship. I don't recommend doing like a Saladonia, for instance. I've ordered Saladonias and they were packed in moss and I couldn't find them. And
Mm.
that's a great way to, kill your spider. Can you say kill on YouTube?
I
Oh,
think
well,
we're
unalive.
already
I'm
like,
going to say unalive. So, anyways, that's a great way to unalive your spider because you're digging through the moss. I absolutely hate moss. I hate it.
Okay.
I rather pack in paper towel, get it the same size as the spider,
Uh-huh.
when it's in the tube, so it has no room to bounce around because
Right.
you can easily unalive a spider by it bouncing around.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I was just wondering, like, depending on the species, like, what's like the best way to ship them?
Okay.
Like, what method?
Okay, so yeah, that's a great question. So arboreals, I could see in moss.
Okay.
Put the moss in there, they won't bounce around. But terrestrials, it's got to be paper towel. So what I'll do is get a tube, like a pen or something, wrap
Yep.
the paper towel around it, shove it into the vial,
Yep.
and then make sure that hole is the same size as the abdomen. So terrestrials, I would use vials and paper towel. Arboreal, I'd probably use moss, but I
Yep.
hate moss because I hate looking for little bitty slings.
Mm-hmm.
And Fossorial would be the same thing, uh, paper towel and a vial.
Okay.
You know what I
Uh,
mean by a vial, like a
yes.
vial.
The ones
Yeah,
that, yeah.
yeah.
Yep. I still have you the a whole bunch of that everyone has that I ordered from. I still have all of them. I
Oh yeah,
think
I got
you're a
boxes.
tarantula. Yeah, I think if you're a tarantula hobbyist, that's something that you're gonna hoarder is
Yep.
all those deli cups, paintbrushes, straws, all of
Shipping
that.
boxes.
Yes, the shipping boxes, of course. That's like the essential.
Yeah.
But I think that for all the shows that you've been to, what has been like the most highlights of when you go to a show?
You broke up. Your screen went off and then came back. What did
Uh,
you say?
like I said, like I know I always have good highlights when I go to a show. What has been your like good moments?
Meeting other people. My wife is a social butterfly. Now, we
Mm,
grew up, I've known her since 1983. We met in junior high. So she was kind of shy back then, all growing up really shy. But when she hit these shows, she's just gone. She's like, bleep, 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 just meeting everybody.
mm,
So that's probably the best part is meeting new people and amazing people, like really good people.
that's
There's a
so
lot of good people out there that
yeah.
genuinely want the best for you.
That's good. That yeah, and you hardly see that. And I think that in the community, we're starting to branch out into that positivity, and especially with these podcasts, is that's what we're about. That's what we do here
Correct.
on these podcasts. Is we spread positivity, and we educate each other. And for those who are coming into the hobby, we help them too, and we encourage them to not only look just for one source, but continue to look for all sources. Don't just look for one thing like, oh, I have a question about da 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 da. Let me ask this just one person. No, go to other people and get your opinions out. You know how they say in the doctors get a second opinion? That's yeah. So that's what we encourage
Gotcha.
everyone to do is, don't just go to one person for your information. Go everywhere. you know?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to ask questions. When we're live and live streaming, I try to make it a safe place, where you can
Mm-hmm.
ask questions without being, put down or because a lot of people they get tired of it. And I do. I get tired of it. Sometimes I get people in my live and they're like, they want me to list. And I'm live. I'm actually breathing and focusing, and they're like, what do you have available? And I'm like, go to Frank's Bucket. It
Mm-hmm.
happened last night. Somebody came in and wanted me to give him my whole list, and I'm like, just go to franksbuggin.com. And he called me rude. I'm like, whatever. If I'm rude, I'm rude. But yes,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why I went there. But
No, you're fine. You're
oh, because of the safe place. Yes, we
yeah.
everybody knows they can come to my live and ask questions without being ridiculed or put down.
Mm-hmm. Uh, so when it comes to you breeding all your tarantulas, how do you prepare for that? Like, do you write everything down?
Yes, I use an app called Exotic Keeper. It's a
Okay.
great app, although lately it's been kind of malfunctioning.
Hmm.
But as soon as a female molts, I'll write down the molt date, and you can put your feeding dates, molt dates, breeding dates. It'll even alert you, hey, it's time to pull the sack, or hey, it's time to feed. You could set your feeding schedule so it alerts you. It's an amazing app, but lately it's been kind of malfunctioning. But yes, you wait 30 days after it molts, and then you have a small window, like 3 to 4 months to breed that spider. Sometimes it won't take, sometimes it will. Sometimes you'll get lucky. There's been times where my female had molted a while back, and I'm like, I ended up with a male, and I, put them together, and boom, my record was like she dropped in 14 days.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really
I've
rapid.
had them 14 days, 19 days. It's insane.
Wow.
And the longest was probably 9 months.
What?
Yeah.
9 months?
Yep. My Schroedery female
They
took
li-
her 9 months to drop.
what the heck? That's crazy. Oh, let me read this comment real quick. Um, with this whole network channel, we are trying to spread positivity and unite different communities to come together and help spread positivity. Yes, that's what we're doing. Thank you, Chris, for that. So my other question is for those who are coming into the hobby, new hobbyists, and they want to jump into breeding. What is your best advice that you can give them?
Do your research, ask
Hmm.
questions. Breeding is, I mean, there's breeders out there that will just get their male and throw it in and hope for the best. They'll cohab. Not me. I try to save my male. If you go on my TikTok, I got hundreds of breeding videos, and I probably saved 95% of my males. 95%. I always try to save it and pass it on to the next person. But if you are going to breed, yeah, do your research. There's a lot that goes into it. There's a guy out there named Roy Bombassi, and he's taught me a lot. Like, you have to simulate their their
Habitat.
environment,
Yeah.
like especially with pulchra. A lot of people think, oh, you could just throw the male in. No, 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 no. There's so much that goes behind it.
Hmm. Yeah. So I have a male pulcra, and he's my baby, and I want to breed him. So I'm looking for, like, if someone has a female, and I'm really close to that person, I will send him. But I would rather breed him with the female here, because
Well,
that's
there's a thing called reverse loans. You can have somebody
yeah,
send your mail. I've
true.
been asked that, and I always turn it down. People, I got asked that by a certain individual. Hey, do you have this? I'm like, yeah. Well, do you mind sending me? I'm like, no, no.
Hmm.
But this
Yeah.
person, you could tell, kind of has it out for me.
Oh no.
She came up to my table one day and was looking at my like $400 spiders, and she was tapping the cage, going boom, 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 and I'm like, and I didn't say anything, but I got upset, and I'm like, and she every single one, boom, boom, boom. So the next
It's not a
show
fish.
I see, huh?
It's not a fish.
So the next time I seen her at the show, she goes to pick something up, and I just told her, look, you upset me last time when you did that. I said, don't pound on my cages.
Hmm.
Well, I was just trying to see if it's female. I said, I understand that. But you don't how would you like if I came to
No.
your house and started banging on all your, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. They
Crazy.
unfriended me from Facebook and all that good stuff. And I was nice about it. I tried to be. Some people say I'm rude, and because I do come off, I just try to be blunt, let
No,
people
Frank,
know.
you're real. That's the difference.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And for those who are starting to get into the hobby, um, when it comes to breeding, what species, in your opinion, your opinion, Frank, what is the best species to start breeding?
Avicularias, carabinas, they're so easy. They hardly ever eat the males. Um, you're gonna get a sack, you know. I would say definitely avicularia. Um, I would stay away from grammostolas. You're probably gonna get disappointed. Brachiopalmas, easy.
Okay. All right. I want to keep that in mind, because that's kind of a personal question for me too. Because I'm like, I have a list of who I want to breed first. But yeah, a lot of people have asked me that too. They're like, "What species should I start to breed?" I'm like, it's kind of your own opinion if you want to do that. Like,
Yeah, I would do the the species that are not available. Like, just because you can breed a spider doesn't mean you should.
Yes.
Like
Right.
Parahybana. I mean, they give 2,500 babies.
Yep.
Why would you're gonna get stuck with 2,500 mouse? Look at me, and 925 Sazamites. Yes, I know we need them in the hobby, and I was lucky enough to wholesale some. But just because you can doesn't mean you should.
That's true. I think they're really overpopulated. That and the Tillicado genus.
Yeah, curly hairs.
Yeah, curly hairs, yes. But like the whole genus in general, I think it's like,
People, I don't know. I love them. I love my black spiders, like the Salbolosas. I
yeah.
love all those black ones with the red abdomens. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
I
just
do.
hate the hair kicking.
Yeah. Um, so a fun question. What is your favorite okay, let's do this. New World and Old World. Let's start with New World. What's your favorite New World species?
Salmopius. I like crazy, fast spiders.
Everyone says that. That's crazy.
Cereopagapus and Old World Cereopagapus, Lampropalmas, Omatimus. And
Yeah.
my Minax female right now is so huge and blue. Like she just, underneath her, she's blue. But it's just, they're amazing creatures. Amazing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mine for New Worlds, it's the Pulchra. And I'm not too big on the Brachypelma. I really am not. But so the Pulchras and the Janiculatus, the Acanthoscurria janiculatus.
Mm.
And for Old World, Ceratogyrus. It would always be in my heart. I love Ceratogyrus. The horn. I'm trying to get all 9, collect them all. But have you heard of the mythical species Ceratogyrus species shark?
No.
I just found that out. I was like, that's gotta be fake. Because
Shark.
it's yes, okay, so it looks like a cross between Hapractira pulchripes and a I forgot what it was called, but it's like a mix, and it has a horn. It's a Ceratogyrus, but it has a horn where it looks like a Darlini mixed with something else. It's crazy. It has like stripes on the horn. I'm like, that got to be photoshopped.
Roy, are you in here? Roy would know.
Okay, I gotta send you the link where I saw it. Yeah, he's there. Let me see. Let me see the comments. All right, welcome. Oh, sorry. Hold on, guys. I'm reading. Yeah, he's here. Wait. Oh, yeah, he's here. Roy's here.
Says it's a fictional creature.
Okay, it's a fictional creature.
Google.
All right. But I wish it was real. That would have been really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that one going around for a while? It was like a yellow pumpkin patch.
A complete yellow?
Yeah, like instead of it being orange everywhere, it was yellow, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, my dream spider!" But that turned out to be fake.
Oh, nice.
Somebody released it on April 1st.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Mm.
Ceratocaris and
Ceratocaris.
Tinotifer. Yes, I love that. I want to get it so bad. I have a sticker from Tom Patterson that he sent me because he knows I love Ceratocaris. And I have the Marshali and the Darlini. I'm trying to get all of them. But yes, the Antenotifer, I'm trying to get it. So for those of you who don't know that species, it's the long horn. What's that?
This is my Marshallese.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
if you could see it. It's
The
her horn. It
carapace.
is so freaking huge.
It is.
I had to keep it.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I have a pair of Marshallis, male and female. So I'm going to pair them when they get of age. But I really want the Darlinis too. I have a Darlini, but yeah, I'm trying to get all of them. So yeah, what was my other question? I'm drawing a blank here. I had written everything down like a little schoolgirl. Oh yes. So Frank, at your in your business, what is something that you wish people would know, like, if they want to come to you, like, what is something that you would want to share to people, like, about your business?
Mm, that you're not gonna be BS'd. You're gonna whatever, if I have a male, I'm gonna tell you it's male. I'm not the person that's gonna say, oh, you got a 3-inch spider, it's unsexed. You pretty much know. But there are times where I buy wholesale and they're big spiders and I don't know. But yes, you will get honesty from me. That's one thing. I
Mhm.
don't like liars.
Yeah, I appreciate that, because you do and you don't. Sometimes you get the shorthand, the stick, and sometimes you don't. And with you, it's all real, huh? Do you have a C. Sandiri? No, and I want it so bad. I'm trying to get all the Ceratigyris, and I'm trying to get it. Yeah. Um. So yeah. I think that when you do a vending and people go to your table, what is, like, the best advice that you can give to them when once they take the tarantula home, when they buy from you?
Keep it out of the sun. Definitely go straight home. Keep it out of the sun. That's the number one thing. Keep it
Don't
out
put.
of the sun, rehouse it. I've had people say, hey, after a couple weeks, my spider died. And I was, if ate and everything was good, I put it by the window because she loved to look outside. And I'm like, oh my God, you cooked your spider, people. Like, yes, do your research. Keep them in dark places. A lot of people say, hey, do you hold them? I'm not gonna lie. It's your spider. You bought it. If you want to hold it, hold it.
Mhm,
That's your spider. Do what you want with it. I
mhm,
personally don't like to hold. If a spider runs away, sometimes I'm too lazy to get my catch cup. A good keeper always has a catch cup on hand. And I'll pick up my spider and put it back in its enclosure. But
yeah,
I don't hold just because they get no enjoyment out of it. So if you're gonna get a spider, let it do its spider things. Don't undig it. Oh, my spider hasn't come out in a week. I'm worried. It's fine. They've been doing these for billions of years. Just let it be. Treat it like a fish. Just look at it.
yep. It, yeah, basically.
Yes, and people go crazy. And I'm not trying to be sexist.
Mhm,
Women want their enclosures to look nice, right? So they'll have it a certain way for a week. Nope, I got to change it. Needs new dirt, new flowers. They want it to make it look more prettier. Just
mhm,
let your spider be. Set it up the way you're going to set it and leave it be.
yep.
I get asked that all the time. How often do you change the dirt? And I'm like, never. They're like, never. I'm like, yeah, I never change the dirt. Why am I going to stress the spider out by changing substrate?
Mhm,
I spot clean, but
yep.
that's about it.
Exactly. Yeah. I made the mistake of watering one of, actually, the other day I rehoused my Megaphobema robustum because there was a lot of mold. And it was smell, like, it was a weird smell. So I'm like, okay, I actually need to change the substrate. So I did, and she's doing great. Yeah.
Mm.
So any tips on rehousing tarantulas?
Yes, take your time. Like what before you start, touch a tarantula on the butt. If that tarantula whips around, rears up, it doesn't want to be rehoused. Leave it alone because you're gonna probably end up getting bit or it's gonna run out. If it moves forward slowly, then hey, you could probably do a rehouse. Have your catch cup, have your brush, have
Mhm.
everything ready.
Yeah. I think calm, stay calm. The spider's going to be calm. The
Yep.
tarantula's going to be calm. There's no, I understand people are still trying to get used to it, like, if it's your first time or whatever, but there's no need to, like, get worked up over it,
And
as long as.
I do get worked up sometimes because I got a lot of spiders I'm working with and I'm like, come on, get out of the cup. Like last night I was rehousing a cobalt blue and she would not come out of the catch cup, and I was like, and I could see her getting stressed out and she's biting, and so I just finally took my time and turned the cup upside down and she finally came out on her own. But I get
Wow.
a little frustrated sometimes.
Yeah. So what do you have a story to tell? One of your craziest rehousings? Have you ever had one?
The other day we had a 2-inch 2.5 inch Darlingi. Uh, I was unrolling it, and it ran up my arm. I tried to stop it, and it went in my arm on live TikTok, and it was in my armpit, and it was wiggling around. So I'm like, oh my god! So now I'm like this, and I'm like, and I always call my wife so she could, because I wasn't sure if it ran out behind me. So I get on the phone, like, babe, come help me. So she comes, she's like, where is it? I said, I don't know. I think it's in my armpit. So then I put my arms down and I could feel it like I was squishing it. So
Oh.
you know how they use their fangs to
Mhm.
for friction or
Yeah.
traction, and the tarantula started going to pull itself out between the fat of my arm, and oh man, I thought I go, it's biting me, and oh, it was hilarious.
So,
But I've had them run in my armpit, in my underwear. Um, I've had Balfouri run in my armpit. They called him pit stain after that. Like there's always there's
oh
always something
no.
happening in this room. Crazy stories. My wife called me one night, babe, there's a tarantula in the room. I'm like, BS. I go over there, my adult Davis pentaloris is just cruising the floor. I'm like, how did you get out? I left the cage open.
How long?
It'd been like 4 days since I checked on her, but I lost an adult female Pyrmania. I was butt naked in the shower, and there she was. I found my Pyrmania in my shower, and another time, an adult female Darlingi in my shower. And it's always when I'm naked, no catch up. I don't know why they go to the shower, probably for the moisture.
Yeah, the moisture, the
And my
humidity.
shower is on the other side of the house. I'm talking far. Like I don't know how they end up
Oh.
and get there safely. I have a pit bull.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Man, okay, so I need to ask. I don't know, I don't anyways, so I have like these little deli cups, or they're not deli cups, they're square and they're little tarantula enclosures, but they're like the plastic ones. So I had housed a sling OBT in it one time, and I
Uh
need
huh.
your
You're talking about
okay.
these
Yes, that.
with
Yes.
the flap? Okay.
Yes. Okay. It was perfect size. It could not get out of the hole. I made sure of it. So this is what happened. I saw it molt, and I waited like a week later to feed it, and I saw it made a web and everything. I took the molt out, and then I crushed the head of a isopod, and I put it in there to feed it. I left it. A week later, I checked. I still see the isopod and it's dead, but the OBT's not in there. I'm like, wait, what's going on? So I took apart that entire little thing, no OBT. What could have happened? I have no idea.
Your isopod
Oh,
probably ate it. If it just
Frank
molted,
disappeared.
it only takes one bite when
Frank,
the tarantula
come
is
back,
molting.
Frank. Frank, can you
What?
hear me?
Yeah?
Technical difficulties. Having
Can
trouble
you hear me?
connecting. This is often caused by connected. Oh man. Let me see if I can message him real quick, guys.
I'm here.
We will be right back after these messages. Yeah, this usually happens. Don't worry, guys. He'll be right back on. But until then, I'll read the comments so he gets back on. Hold on, guys. Let me read the comments. Okay. Wow, you guys have been having a great conversation, huh? Yes, the Darlenis, the armpits, that was hilarious. Hmm. All right.
Tell him I can see him fine.
Untamed and unhinged reptiles, Chris. What happened to Frank? I don't know. Oh, he froze. There he is.
I've been here the whole time. I could
Huh?
see you fine. I could see you fine. How weird. I'm on my wife's account trying to write you.
That was so weird.
Yeah. I sent you a picture. I'm like, I can see you fine.
Nope. On my side, it was completely blank. That is.
Uh,
Oh wait, that's creepy.
all right. So
Okay.
yes,
Anyway.
as far as your tarantula, either the isopod ate it, because when it's molting, it's really sensitive. So one bite on
Mhm.
the abdomen, it'll bleed out,
Right.
and it probably munched on it.
Hmm. I don't know what happened. I that
I
yeah, I figured that too. Either that or it ran off somehow when I wasn't looking, or I don't know. But yeah, that thing is gone and it's gone. It's just gone. It's dead. But yeah, you have OBTs, right?
yes,
Okay. I need
I
to get
have Kigoma, I have Unsambra. I got two females paired right now.
that's so what's your favorite in your collection to sell? Like what has been like the most bestseller
Versicolors,
versus
Versicolors. Yeah, and like if I had it my way, I'd get rid of all my hair kickers, the brackies. But people love them, so I keep them.
hmm
I keep them. I breed them, but I can't deal with the hairs. It took 5 days for a hair to come out of my eye, and it was the most painful thing.
Oh.
That's why I don't recommend holding. I
hmm
met a girl in Salt Lake this year. It took her 7 days for a hair to come out of her eye, and it's horrible.
hmm Yeah, my one of my really really good friends, he had a hair stuck in his thumb, and he showed it to me, and I was like, "That's crazy."
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, "What?" This is funny. Um, yeah, I've had that too in my eye before, and it actually came from the the one that you
Okra,
yeah, no, the one that you got me.
the Bumba,
Nope. Oh my gosh, the Calcotes.
Calcotes, Calcotes.
Calcotes. Yep. And it was because she made a mulch mat, like a really tiny mulch mat. And then when I was cleaning out, spot cleaning, I pushed stuff around and it got in the air. And then it was like, my face was like right there. So,
Ew.
yeah. But yeah, that is not a fun trip. So, for those who are just coming in, new to the hobby, please, with your new worlds, if you're just getting started, wear glasses, have a distance, be
Wear
safe.
wear a face mask. No, seriously, because you can breathe that stuff in.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Those
true.
hairs are very buoyant. They'll stay in the air for hours. I was working with my Hamori that night, and it was 3 hours had went by. I had showered, I was chilling, and all of a sudden we had our fan on, and I was watching TV, and I seen something coming. Yeah, and boom, and it hit me. In 5 days, I was crying,
Yeah.
literally crying, because every time I moved my eyeball, it was just like glass.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
it's horrible. I'd
Did
rather
you?
be bit. I've been bit a few times, and I tell everybody, bite me all day. But the hairs, no, I can't do it. Can't do
Yep.
it.
Yeah. You know what's weird? I get more of a really bad reaction to brachypelma hairs, but Theraphosa, nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. It's weird. It's really weird. I mean, I could be lying, but I haven't had a reaction from her. It's just the
Lucky.
brachypelma. Now that I say that, watch me get a reaction.
I know. You better knock on wood.
Yeah. Well, real quick, let me see on that comment. How about that? Oh, wow. These comments are flying in. Oh, Lazadora are the worst. That's what Roy said.
And Roy's got a good idea. Use the tape, try
Really,
to
that
use tape to
works?
get off. But if it's in the eyeball, good luck.
Yeah. That's not coming out for a week.
I used the eye wash. I was all day just eye wash, eye wash, eye wash. And it
hmm
finally came out after 5 days.
Ugh, such irritation is, ugh, that's
And a
the worst.
paramedic went blind 2 years ago. I met a paramedic, and he was like, "Yeah, we were in the desert. This kid broke his leg, and my partner found a tarantula, and it was kicking." And he was like, "Oh, look it, it's kicking, it's kicking." And he got haired in both eyes, but he lost one eye. He's lost his sight, and the other one he was okay. So, guys, hairs are no joke.
Yeah, it really isn't. If you ever get hurt, do not grab some tape. Why? Hold on, let me read that one.
Yeah, grab tape to like get the hairs off your skin
Oh, right.
or
Hey,
shower.
Fandex. Hi. And nice. Wow. Thank you guys so much for coming on the comments and supporting Frank and the podcast. You guys are the best. Wow. Thank you so much. So Frank, please tell us in your positive opinion, what is something positive you would want everyone to know?
Positive, something positive.
Yeah, a positive message.
Uh, be kind to each other, you know? Don't,
Mhm.
it's not a competition. If you're just getting in the hobby like I did, quantity was important. You told me, you heard my story. Every week I was buying teas. I wanted every single tarantula. If you're getting in the hobby, buy quality. Get something you really like, and get a couple of species so you can end up with a female. Don't
Right.
just buy one, get two or three. But yes, get quality spiders. Don't just say, okay, I'm gonna have the curly hair. I'm gonna get 10 of those, and I want 200, 300 spiders. Because you will get overwhelmed eventually.
Hmm. Yeah. I the reason why I have how many do I have? 55. The reason because I'm actually studying each every individual. I have a
Mm.
book and I'm doing my own individual study on them. And yes, it's an addiction within itself, but I'm actually doing work with these tarantulas and I'm doing these podcasts and I'm doing my content and stuff. But on my personal level, I'm actually doing something with these tarantulas. What?
Chris wants you to
Oh,
read.
yes. Go ahead, Chris.
No, I think he's saying do a shout out for the sponsors.
Oh, yes, yes. Sponsors to our new sponsor, Fandex app. It is a really great app. You can go check it out on Untamed and Unhinged Reptiles and on my page as well. You can go follow them. Um, for they're doing a giveaway right now, so please go check them out and it'll be fun. Yes, and we are going to do a reel with it, so it's going to be great. Check it out, guys.
Oh, a
Yes,
new app.
yes.
I'm switching. I'm telling you, the other one doesn't. It doesn't save the actual. Like I was looking for a molt date the other day, and I knew my female had molted, but it had last year's molt. I'm like, it just
Mhm.
molted. There's no way. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of Exotic Keeper.
Oh,
Like I
okay.
said,
It was
it was
called.
good years ago, but now it sucks.
Hold on. Let me make sure. Let me just write it down so I don't use it. Don't go onto Exotic Keeper. No. Big. No. Okay. I'll finish so I can run the reel. Yes. So I just wanted to give thanks to everyone for coming on the show. Thank you, Frank, for being here. And Chris, take it away.
Lights come on, pulse in the air, we unite. Cold-blooded, got 5 feet in the night. Cold-blooded, caffeine, fueling the fight. Reptile crew, got our backs tight. Thank you, fam, for keeping us all. CMB reptiles, rolling with soul. Hold no stop, lifting our goal. Together we burn like burning coal. Elevate, more fries in the show. Irresistible pythons letting it flow. Battery crew, yeah, we watch them go. Indigo, reptile coast, set the glow. Shut up, feeders with shut out feeders. Under the rock with cold-blooded hitters. Ship your reptiles, make life better. South Bay reptiles, through every weather. Blue Power, Shaman, Blue Tongue Republic. Arc adventures, riding Republic. No fakes, no breaks, we're here to publish. Taking it higher, dreams embellished. Sponsors love through beats we rise. Show it thanks met under the skies. Unite the world, reptile ties. Cold blood, warm hearts, no disguise.
Yay.
Very cool. I didn't know
Right?
you had a reptile crew. I love
Mm-hmm.
Johnny. He's a really good friend of mine.
Yeah. They're actually Creative Reptiles is on right now, I think.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm very happy and so excited for you to be on this show and for agreeing to come on this craziness.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yes. So everyone, please go check out Frank's Buggin 661 and just please love and support Frank and his business and his wife as well. They do great work for everyone in the community with all our tarantulas. And wait, not just tarantulas, right? Or no? Yes.
I have enclosures too.
Yes.
Primalfearenclosures.com. Primalfearetarantulas.com. We do all kinds of stuff. We got these. We got hexagons. We got wall mounted. Uh-oh, where'd you go?
No, it's just you. We're showing your enclosure.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Like a commercial, Frank. Do it like a commercial.
So this is the Frank Spugin hexagon. We got top ventilation. No, this is great for fostoria. I got a tailless whip scorpion in here. They open on top. We got a lot of neat stuff coming on the website. I actually got these. We're cutting them in half and we're putting wall hangers on them so you can actually hang them on the wall. Exciting.
Oh.
Exciting.
Okay, you have to put me down for one, Frank.
All right, I'll send you one. Just
Yeah.
hit me up with your address. Well, I
Yeah.
already have your address.
Yeah, you do. Oh, real quick, how's my boy doing?
He's still alive. Where is he at?
I saw that. 3, Frank. 3 ladies.
But he still hasn't made a sperm web for me.
He's made. Wait, where's my book? I wrote it down. Where's my book? This is not the time to lose my book now. Oh my gosh. I don't know.
I keep him in this small enclosure because he'll wear himself out.
Yeah.
He just cruises.
Yes. Oh, I'm so happy that he got the job done.
Yeah, I just hope those females are big enough that, because my big one, she'll definitely drop, but the other two, I don't know.
Okay.
They say you can breed 2/3 the adult size, so they're definitely big enough to breed. They took, so we'll see.
All right. Well, that might take some months. Like, right? You said 9 months was your last?
9 months, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it always with that species 9 months?
No, I think it, if I bred later in the year, it would have probably dropped sooner, but she was freshly molted. I had the male come in and he was fresh and
yeah. Well, I hope everything works out.
So do I. I just hope she don't eat the sack like last time.
Oh, dang. Well, let's hope not. But yeah, so we've come to an hour on our show. A little bit over.
Wow.
Yeah, we were having fun.
Yeah.
About to knock this thing over. Okay, so yes, is there anything else that you wanted to mention or before we get off?
Nope. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Though, thank you everyone for being here. I love you guys. Please go support Frank. Please go like, share, comment, subscribe if you dare. And we'll catch you on episode 8 next week. So bye everyone. Bye, Frank.
In the shadows where we weave, cat's voice spins webs of belief. Tarantulas with names like art, science and spiders tell